Hey, we're sitting here at the round table for a round table discussion about some of the things that are happening here at Covenant and are about to happen here at Covenant. And in case this goes viral, let me make sure that you understand who is sitting at the round table. This is Matthew Geary, who is our assistant pastor, youth and family, and whatever else I ask him to do. This is Paige McBride, who does women's and discipleship and whatever else I ask her to do. And man, we're just glad to have a conversation today about what God's been doing at Covenant Church. So,
and this is Rick.
Who are you? And I'm Rick,
who is the head pastor of our church.
We love him. Thank you. Appreciate that.
Head honcho.
Forgot about myself. So we're here today to talk a lot about the things that are happening at Covenant Church. I feel like at the end of 2021, last fall, there was all kinds of amazing momentum coming into 2022. We've got a lot of things planned, but let's go back and talk a little about the momentum that we feel like we had at the end of 2021.
Yeah, Wednesday nights, not only did we have Family Connect going on, but then at 8 o'clock, we would have kids standing outside the church doors waiting to be let in. We even got up to 60 kids one night here at Young Life, so much so that we're trying to beg people to join Sharing Young Life. So talk about momentum. We've got lots of people coming on Wednesday nights to hear the gospel that otherwise do not step foot into a church.
Mm-hmm. Same day with Family Connect. We've got folks from the neighborhood joining Family Connect. We have our middle school and high school youth groups both growing and people inviting their friends to those things. Lots of momentum.
Good. And small groups, I think, are healthy and good and strong, and some good Sunday morning teaching, as well as great worship and some momentum, I think, in our worship flow as well. So that's good, right? So think about what God has done. Let's talk a little bit about what we see God about to do and some of the plans, because in that momentum, we want to continue to fan that flame and see God doing his thing. And we're just trying to be obedient in making plans and putting things on the table, really so that we can help people in their spiritual journey to deepen their faith, deepen their walk, so that we might be an impact for other people. That whole thing, right, Matthew, of being grounded and connected for impact. There you go. Good. So, Paige, Christ in Culture is coming. Why don't you tell us a little bit about Christ in Culture?
Yeah, we're starting a new discipleship initiative here at Covenant, a monthly Sunday night event. We will be doing it the first Sunday nights of every month for the next 5 months. And each night we've picked out sort of a cultural topic to engage with and consider how the church maybe has engaged with it or what challenges are presented in engaging with it. And we're going to be starting off in February 6th. I'm going to be leading some discussion on just culture in general. How do we enter into it? Asking questions like, can you sing Highway to Hell at your Easter service? And just digging into asking hard questions, and that's the goal. And then we're going to get people who are a lot cooler and much more well-known than me to come in for the rest of the time to lead us in lectures, and then there'll be small group discussion talking about different articles. We're going to try to mix it up, have us read things that we wouldn't normally read, look at some different point of views than what we might naturally tend to look at, and then have someone who's pretty smart come in and tell us about it. So the goal is to help us engage with the community and the culture that we are in and be witnesses to Christ. Witnesses of Christ. And help us be witnesses to Christ.
Who are some of these smart people that might be coming in?
That's a great question, Matthew. Thank you for asking. We will be having Dr. James Bibza, the much beloved James Bibza from Grove City College, coming in to talk us about the question, can we trust the Bible? Talking about Bible reliability and some of the things that people might challenge about, like, we don't actually know if Jesus did any of the things that the Bible says. Then the following month, we'll be having Duffy Robbins, the youth ministry whiz, come in and talk to us about youth and pop culture. Who do we have after that, Rick?
In May, Jonathan Holmes is coming. He works as a counselor with Parkside Church. He's going to talk about issues of gender and sexuality. So this whole transgender, homosexuality, all those kind of things help us to make sense of what's going on then. And then in June, Ransom's coming, hopefully.
Ransom Poythress.
Yes.
Yes.
Vern Sheridan Poythress' son.
Yes.
You hear that, Elijah?
That's some name dropping.
Yeah,
That's some good theological name dropping right there. But he is coming and will look at from a science perspective.
Science or God?
Yeah, that apologetics kind of thing.
Little sneak peek.
That was
To our
really
answer.
good.
That was good. I like
that.
commercial.
about Christ and Culture. Thanks for your
I am also
work
excited.
in that as well. And one of the things, Matthew, that we have talked about too going into 2022 is enriching worship, and maybe providing some Sunday nights that help us to do that. So why don't you tell us a little bit about exciting news for March 20th?
Yeah, specifically one Sunday night, March 20th, we have a very talented musical artist, Jeremy Casella. He has worked with folks in the Indelible Grace Initiative. If you have ever heard of them, Sandra McCracken, Andrew Peterson, they're all in that group. And Jeremy Casella, he's such a talented man. He is guitar player, harmonica player, piano player. And his goal for that night is to create a worshipful atmosphere for us as a church, for churches in the valley, for folks who just want to come and worship God together. And he is so rich in his theology and in his emotions that it's going to be one of those fantastic nights where I'm sure we will laugh together, we will cry together, we will praise God together, and it's going to be a fantastic night. But it's not only just a night of worship, it's also a night of impact. So, Rick, you're big into impact in the Valley. We all are as a church. Tell us a little bit more about the impact of that night.
Yeah, as we thought about that night, and I think Jeremy even helped us think through this, is not just to have a night in and to itself, but that celebrates some mission here in the Valley. And so we have loved Building of Hope, led by Amy Matthews in this church and in this valley so much that we thought maybe we'd take an opportunity to help her ministry in doing that. So actually there's no cost to the concert, the Night of Praise, as we come together, but we will be taking an offering. We'll also have Amy have some bins out and make some requests of things that she needs so that we can just come together that night as a valley and support Building of Hope. So that that ministry can continue to help people just in harder places in life, right? We all know that we all know people in this valley that are struggling, and so Amy's there to help them in that. We want to be a church that is there to help them in that. This is a great opportunity for us to do that together as the valley. So yeah, everything that night that happens monetarily will go to benefit Building of Hope.
You might even say that the night will help us be grounded and connected for impact.
Wow.
That's good.
Good.
That's good.
Good.
That's good. Maybe one more thing before we jolt here is talking about some new small group opportunities as well. So, Paige, I know you're starting a new small group. Why don't you tell us about it?
Yeah, women, talking about momentum. We've had in the past year, we had 2 different women's seminars with lots of different women coming in that I've gotten to know and love. And so I'm starting an adult women's Bible study on Wednesdays morning afternoon time on the book of Ruth. So we'll be taking a look at how Ruth offers us a picture of how individual stories are being woven into the greater story of redemption, all to reflect how God is working in a broken and fallen world. So if you want to learn how the Bible's awesome, then you're going to come to this.
I'm a little jealous, but there is good news for the men, right? Because
There is.
on the
Amen.
first Saturday,
Brother Rick.
on the first Saturday, Brother Rick, on the first Saturday of every month, we are going to start a men's gathering, a men's small group, just one time a month on that first Saturday morning at 8 o'clock down in the multi-purpose room downstairs of the church, where there'll be a light breakfast that some guys will prepare. And then we'll just begin to have some conversations what it means to be on a spiritual journey as a man, and help one another with issues that we have, pray for one another, care for one another, and read the Bible together and doing that. So Jay Burnett is really helping lead that charge, and I'm really excited about that as well. So that's in addition to other small groups that are happening, good things that are happening as well. And we'd be remiss not to mention that church merch is important. We've been modeling today the reality of church merch, but even these will look sketchy compared to the new church merch that you're going to see here.
Pretty outdated, really.
Yeah, we
need a new look.
We desperately, in more ways than one, need new looks. So there is a reality that we're going to offer to you. So you got to watch Facebook, watch the church website, watch those things for an opportunity here at the beginning of February to purchase church merch. So we're not going to put a store in the back of the sanctuary, but it will all be online.
I
You
go
have
flip
to
that
order.
table.
Yeah, please do, just like Jesus would. And there'll be opportunities to buy church merch and wear it proudly and wear it in the community and begin to start the conversation and build the momentum of what's happening here at Covenant Church.
And that will also have impact, right?
It will.
Because the proceeds for some of that church merch will be going to youth ministry for our mission trips and for the trips that we take throughout the year. So an opportunity not to just look good, but to make an impact with our youth.
But also to look good.
But yeah, you could do that.
Hey, we want you all to connect with us here at Covenant Sharon. One way to do that is through our webpage, www.covenantsharon.org.
Or you can follow us on Instagram at Covenant Sharon.
Or Facebook. Again, Covenant Sharon.
And one more, YouTube.
YouTube.
YouTube channel, Covenant Sharon.
Follow it.
Covenant Sharon.
Be there.
Be there.